aka the Scientology Geek, and welcome back to another stream today with the very cool Amir. Thanks for joining me.
Thanks for having me.
And we were talking about some of the David Miscavige propaganda, and Amir led me to the David Miscavige propaganda YouTube channel, which I've never seen before, but we're gonna find out.
Let's do it. The same thing's happening with the sound.
Son of a bitch. Why? Why?
I had it in the back of my mind that it wasn't going to happen, but...
You fucking postulated it into existence. Thanks.
Oh, shit. My bad.
All right, so let me stop sharing. And then...
Hello, at least you know what happened last time.
What?
At least you know what happened last time.
So I know, that was my end. Oh, this is weird. I do not like the way that this does this. Are you echoing?
Nope.
Is this echoing?
Still can't hear it.
Okay. Firefox fucking sucks for restream. I'll be right back from Brave.
Okay, cool.
This always fucking happens.
I have full confidence in you, don't worry.
It might be a little misplaced.
I highly doubt that. I should probably look at the chat. Oh, wow, that was quick.
Oh, you're gonna do chores? All right, cool. Well, I hope you can listen for a while. I hope we're good background noise. I'm not going to that. I'm going to go to this. Close that here. Open this here. Pause that. Click that. Share tab audio. Please don't say postulate like that. It doesn't hold up to your potty mouthing. All right, so let me move that over here. Move this there.
Whenever we talked or whenever I saw him talking to others, he was very thankful for everything they did for the church, for others. He really cared about people. He cared about me. Once he came up to me and he greeted me and asking me how I'm doing and what I'm doing. And he's very, very interested in everybody.
Bullshit. I have someone who says otherwise.
And I'm amazed how he can keep up with all this. I am very amazed. He's a great leader.
Actually, do we want to just go check out davidmiscavige.org?
Please do. I'm afraid she doesn't know enough.
David Miscavige, Scientology ecclesiastical leader. So we got a homepage. So first off, Amir, do you wanna read this quote?
There's not much contrast there, is there?
No.
I can't even see it properly, Holly.
It says a civilization without insanity, without criminals, and without war, where the able can prosper and honest beings can have rights, and where man is free to rise to greater heights. Are the
aims of the IS
of Scientology. And then accomplishments. What the fuck? Okay. David Miscavige's essential role in fulfilling the vision and legacy of L. Ron Hubbard is encapsulated in the story of his leadership. He has guaranteed the continued growth and expansion of Scientology internationally, ensured that the scripture of Scientology is true to the founder's original writings, developed proprietary audio restoration technology to preserve Mr. Hubbard's recorded lectures, made Scientology broadly available to people of all walks of life the world over, conceived and overseen the creation and inauguration of the 377,000 square foot international spiritual headquarters. Overseeing the establishment of a production studio with cutting edge technology. I saw it. It was not impressive.
Huh.
From which to transmit the religions. Yeah, blah, blah, blah. Publishing. Dissemination center.
Secured official recognition of the religion by governments and courts, most recently in the United Kingdom, Colombia, and Mexico, and in Panama, the Netherlands, and Greece. I don't think it's recognized as... Oh, no, it is. It's just not recognized as a charity in the UK. That's what it is. Because they couldn't prove it!
They stole too much money to be a charity.
They flew Tom Cruise over. Mike Rinder comments on it a lot. They still couldn't fucking prove it.
A renaissance?
There is a flag.
Oh, he's at CST. For the first time in the history of the Scientology... Look how long this fucking table of shit is.
I love how he's posing for the picture and then you've got SMP behind him. Sir, can you please do this? Sir, just look interested. Sir, please just point
Just
to that
act
bit,
like you're
sir.
act like you're finding a contradiction.
Yeah. Sir, just look like you're pointing at something really important, sir. Thank you, sir. You did great, sir. Seriously,
Go.
all of these
Get a-
shots.
You get a protein bar.
My God. I remember when SMP came over to Happy in Scotland, and we had a flag mission, and we had CMO, we had the Commodore's messengers, and we had guys from management training, and they all put on disguises and caps and hats and scarves and glasses to try and make the Public Information Center look busy. And then once SMP got their shot and they set up their equipment and they got the shot that they were looking for, so that it all looks busy and packed and people are doing personality tests and people are walking around the reception and stuff. Then everyone took off their disguises and clothes, and then the CR guys just went back to what they were doing. But I find it so funny whenever I look at Mr. David Miscavige over there, and I look at his poses, his positions, the lighting. I just laugh because I know what SMP are doing and saying.
This picture almost looks just AI.
Look at that.
I don't know. There's something AI about it. I don't like it. I didn't like it in the first place, but I don't like it even more now. For the first time in the history of the Scientology religion, the long-sought goal of making all of L. Ron Hubbard's works available in perfect form, exactly as originally written or spoken in chronological order, has been accomplished. Further,
Slap
how
in
the
the
fuck
face.
were you doing it before when you switched everything?
It's a slap in the face to when LRH was alive.
Jesus. Further, materials are available in multiple languages, reflecting and serving the diversity of the religion. The
That
story...
shows LRH's incompetence.
Yeah. The story of this epic achievement spans a time period during which all books, recorded lectures, and written issues that comprise the full body of Dianetics and Scientology technologies were located, verified, and translated. Once this project, known as the Golden Age of Knowledge, had been completed, Mr. Miscavige undertook his next initiative, culminating in what has been described as a Golden Age of Tech. Golden Age of Knowledge was 07.
So yeah, they're not being very specific here.
Was 2013.
Yeah, exactly. And Golden Age of Tech 1 was what, 96?
96, yeah.
Yeah. So they're just not being specific enough.
You're causing MUs. What the fuck?
I know they are causing MU. I mean, that is an MU for a member of the public or a politician to go and read this website right here, davidmiscavige.org. If they were to go, there's a lot of MUs here that they wouldn't even know. I don't think they'd be able to give a definition for Dianetics. I don't think that they would be able to give a definition for Scientology. I don't think that they would be able to give a definition for
any of
tech.
the Golden Ages.
Yeah, exactly. Even tech. There's a very specific definition for tech.
Do you know it off the top of your head? Has it been ingrained in your knowledge?
No,
Good.
no, and I'm not even going to try and answer that. I had a definition. I had the definition because there's different definitions for Scientology. And I had tech in mind, but then I was like, I'm not even going to say it in case I fuck it up.
Does this say, Amir, what do the Commodore's messengers do now? Run comms to and from the Commodore?
So that's a funny thing. CMO were obviously very important, and CMO were obviously very senior. Their statistics, nobody knows their statistics because I remember having conversations with the DED and the ED about this, and they would say like, CMO are kind of so mysterious that we don't even know. They're just like these mysterious people, and they're
Fuck.
very, very high ranking. You don't call them by their name, you call them sir. We don't know what their stats are. They're just very mysterious people, and they get sent, we had them sent to us for a mission. I would say that CMO do what they've always been doing. I don't think that's changed. I don't think that's changed at all. The only difference is they're not working directly for LRH and they're not on the ship with LRH. They're working and serving COB directly.
Wasn't CMO under WDC?
Yeah, it would be. It would be, yeah. Because it's in, it would be. I remember I used to have the whole, which I've now given away, but I used to have the whole structure of int management, the watchdog committee, because there is no watchdog committee anymore. That's gone. Like there is no ED int. There is no president. I know Heber passed away not too long ago. In fact, I have pictures of when the org has had his memorial in Qual Library and stuff. And in the exec office, they literally had a flag order by David Miscavige.
You have pictures of this?
Yeah, I can show you some stuff for sure.
Dude.
Yeah, there was a flag order written by David Miscavige by COB, which is a memorial for Heber. And it went into every org. In fact, it went into multiple places in our organization. It went into Qual Library, the exec office, and I think the information center.
Wow. Damn.
All gone though. All gone. There's none of that stuff anymore. We don't have, like I said, there's no ED, there's no president, there's not really like a spokesperson that goes and does what Mike Rinder did in the past or what Tommy Davis did in the past. It's not a thing anymore.
Wait, do we know what happened to Ray Midoff?
To the best of my knowledge, she's still slaving away at gold.
Who was EDN?
EDM was a Guillaume.
Oh, okay.
Ray was senior CS at one point. He's not. I don't think he's senior CS anymore.
And then, do you remember who Jaeger was?
At one point, Jaeger was COCMO, and I think Jaeger went to RTC.
Gotcha.
I think, but he was COCMO.
If the golden age of knowledge began a renaissance for Scientology, the golden age of tech signaled a turning point for the religion. Oh God. Now you can go into detail on the golden age of knowledge and recovering the foundations of the Scientology religion.
By the way, I actually spoke to a few people recently, and these people had dinner with Ray Midoff, and they said he was a lovely person.
Wow.
Ray's from Texas. But apparently he's a pretty cool guy.
At least he's able to still have some humanity.
Yeah. And apparently, according to some of the people I was speaking to, Marty Rathbun was a complete dick. Apparently. Just interesting.
I've heard that too.
Yeah, but it's just interesting hearing people's stories and point of view at the time. There you go, Golden Age of Knowledge.
Just all the knowing the average lecture just sounds boring, monotonous, and makes me want to rip my fucking ears off.
Yeah.
The fact that I know people have to listen to this shit.
Yeah, it'll put you to sleep. It's actually quite interesting if there's a YouTube clip where COB is on stage and he's, for this right here, for the Golden Age of Knowledge, and then the camera kind of goes across the front row and you can actually see Tom and Katie Holmes. If for whatever reason you can't find it, then I'll send it to you.
No,
sure.
I should be able to find it. It really shouldn't be that hard for me. Hang on. Golden Age of Tech, the promo, me. Hang on.
In
I'm
some
checking
cases,
the archive.
written materials were dated incorrectly and original works were missing. A man who was a cause over the mess universe.
It's so stupid.
It just contradicts himself in so many ways.
All right, so I have the Golden Age of Knowledge in the archive. So if I stop sharing this, would you want to watch? Would you want to try to find that clip?
Yeah, go for it.
Cool. All right, so exit out of here, exit out of there. Play this. Actually, hang on. Let's do it through. Bitch, I hope it doesn't cause issues with applications. Fuck. All right. Tell me if this is too loud, if it's echoey, whatever.
Uh-oh.
Scientology.
Fuck. All right. So we are going to... Is there a way?
I'm trying to see if I can find it.
Hang on. If I go here and just go over here and click this. Oh, God damn it. It's just going to download. I don't want to download it. I want to play it in the browser.
Yeah, I found it.
Oh, sweet. Do you have a link?
Yeah.
All right.
It's in the first 20 seconds. Send it to you.
All right.
Wow. I think still echoing.
Still?
Yeah.
We are going to stop streaming for a second. Okay. So we go to here.
There we go.
Hello.
Oh,
Hello.
there we go. Oh, there we go. The echo's gone. Just like magic.
Seeing pictures of Ron just hung up always creeps me out.
Yeah, that picture is absolutely... That's just a screen, but the real life picture of the IS event is massive. There we go. You'll see him.
There's Nancy Cartwright. There's John Travolta. There's fuck, I can't remember her name.
Is that
right
Travolta?
Now. It looks like Travolta. I think. Oh wait, you can't see it, can you?
There's Kirstie Alley.
Kirstie Alley. Hang on. Let me full screen this. Over here on the right, all the way to the right, next to Kirstie Alley.
Is that full screen?
It's full screen as it is right now, yeah.
Okay.
Actually, try this. No, nothing.
I can see it, okay.
All right, so, oh, wait, hang on. Let me see. Oh.
There we go.
Right there. There he is.
Oh, wow, my screen actually cuts off there. But, yeah, there's Tom and Katie.
Wait, what's that say? When Janice was a watch messenger, her stat was number of message runs. Each week she had a libs day. Her stat was down the next week, working 6 days. The next week she worked 7 days and her stat was up. So she earned another liberty.
Wow.
Huh. Does he cut off at all?
I can see Tom's right ear and then it cuts off. But, yeah, there's Tom and Katie.
But... all right, so we will hop out of that. Hop out of that. We're going to go back to davidmiscavige.org. Okay. I want to see this about page.
There's the RTC badge.
Sign up for updates.
That's the chaplet flag.
Chairman of the board, Religious Technology Center, and ecclesiastical leader of the Scientology religion. L. Ron Hubbard, the founder of Scientology, left a vast legacy of research and technology as a foundation upon which the religion is built. His writings, teachings, and philosophical explorations inform, illuminate, and instruct every aspect of the religious technology that validates his findings. Oh my God, this is so boring. In his position as COB/RTC, Miscavige bears the ultimate responsibility for maintaining the accuracy and correct application of L. Ron Hubbard's technologies of Dianetics and Scientology.
Mr. Miscavige. When I met Mr. Miscavige, he remembered my name.
Hang on.
It's their most viewed video. 58 million.
I've had the pleasure of meeting Mr. Miscavige at many events and church events over the years. One of which was the Buffalo grand opening, when I was there with my brother-in-law, Joe Scroy, and my sister, Betsy Scroy, and my family, and we all got to meet with the chairman of the board to get our picture taken. And my brother-in-law, Joe, says to Mr. Miscavige, you have to have chicken wings. You have to have chicken wings from the Anchor Bar in Buffalo, New York, which is the birthplace of chicken wings on planet Earth, is the Anchor Bar on Main Street in Buffalo, New York. So Joe's saying, we got to go. Come on, we're going to go out to the, we're going to go down to the Anchor Bar. And Mr. Miscavige says, well, Joe, I don't think I can go, but I'll tell you what. And he sent one of his staff down to the Anchor Bar, and we got, I don't know, he must have got 8 dozen chicken wings, from soup.
Because he was malnourished.
What?
Super hot all
Thanks for proving slavery.
way down to mild. So we're in the conference room and we're having chicken wings and we're just telling stories. And the chairman of the board, or Mr. Miscavige, actually goes for the super hot chicken wings, like the hottest ones. And I was like, sir, those are pretty hot, right? Oh, I love the hot ones. I love the hot ones, right? So he's having the scorching hot chicken wings. Anyways, I saw him a couple of weeks later at a church event, and the first thing he says to me, well, you can see I survived the chicken wings. And his care factor for...
I hate the fact that they call, I don't know why, but the term care factor doesn't sit right with me.
Yeah.
Feels very clinical. I don't know.
When my brother-in-law Joe got sick, and his care factor for my family and how much he made sure that Joe was taken care of from the church's perspective, made sure that there was church staff available to be able to help him and assist him, and his level of care for that was, to me, is always very, very, how would I say it, touching. And it's been very, very important to me and my family because he is the religious leader of a worldwide religion that's growing every week. It gets bigger and stronger.
Fucking point.
But to have that level of care, and I actually wrote him a letter about this, thanking him for this, and he wrote me back, handwritten.
Dev T, never do it again.
Note how
don't get on COB's lines.
Felt it was his job, it was his responsibility for that level of care and that level of interest, and he definitely demonstrates that.
Ew. Ugh.
I don't know what to say to that. I think that guy's a whale. I think he's a very big, because it said CEO of an energy company or something.
Yeah, in Clearwater.
Yeah. Oh, in Clearwater. There you go. Mega whale. Yeah.
I knew Ray and Gelda Midoff way back when. Ray was a nice enough guy, not a bully like David Mayo or Norman Starkey. So Ray would not be able to stand up to Captain Davy with his bodyguards flanking him. Do we know how Gelda is? Give me a second. I have them in my notes. I'll see if I have any status updates on the Midoffs.
Oh, wow.
Montgomery, Moreau.
David Mayo was a bully? Wow.
Midoff, Gelda. I have nothing. I just have that she was an auditor during the Superpower pilot in 1995. And she was Liz Ingber's full-time helper and caregiver.
Oh, wow.
All right. And by the way, I love this person's username, Alistair Crowley OTO.
David Miscavige's leadership is tireless and awe-inspiring, says Emmett.
Mr. Miscavige's
Oh my god, I literally just added this motherfucker to my notes today.
Really? And
Yeah.
Osborne,
Yeah, Emmett Osborne, hang on.
Vice President.
It was
Energy
because
Sales.
of Gunner's Facebook.
Oh,
He
right.
had an ad for something at the org. Valentine's Day weekend of 2026 at the Minnesota org. He was like a guest speaker.
Interesting.
3 different things going on. So like Friday was recovering your ability to successfully get others up the bridge. Saturday was a special free wins event, and Sunday was DPTSing your lines for maximum expansion.
Yeah, we had that sort of stuff with other flag FSMs like Michael Chen and Martin Runau. Those guys, yeah, happens a lot. The whole point of it is just to get shit done. That's the whole point of all of these FSM talks is get activated or do your bridge or, stuff like that. Same old, same old.
leadership is very transparent. I mean, anybody with any kind of really desire to know is going to see very quickly that he's very active in the rollout and how we impact mankind and how the religion of Scientology works with all the other religious leaders to get the job done. The amount of
Where is shit getting done?
growth with his leadership is, I can't even.
The amount of growth with his leadership is, I'm imagining he's like, I can't even believe it. Yeah, because it's negative, right?
He doesn't know shit. This guy doesn't know shit.
It's like just when I think I might have my head wrapped around how far this is going to go and what the worldwide exposure is going to be, I wake up and find that I've sold myself short again. What he's handling and
rabbit hole goes deep, buddy.
accomplishing and making happen on a daily basis is nothing short of phenomenal. I'm in awe. Every time I look at what he's doing and how fast he's moving forward in anything that he sets his mind to do, I just get awe-inspired. It's like, oh my God, look at what's happening here. It gives me something to shoot for in my own life. When I look at the areas of my life that I want to aspire to bigger and greater things with, it's like I can just use him as a model. It's like it's tireless. He's just tireless. And yet has all the humility and the compassion for everybody around him. It's just
Bullshit. Bull fucking shit. Compassion?
That's what they think. That's what they think that when they're involved in that life, especially when you're a massive whale like this guy, and you don't have that level of exposure to what's really going on.
Well, obviously,
That's
and you
just-
can't look
yeah.
up shit either without getting thought policed or audited or fucking sec checked.
Yeah, this guy's never heard of Mike Rinder. This guy's never heard of Mark Rathbun. This guy's
Tom
hasn't-
DeVocht.
This guy exactly. This guy doesn't know upper management. Doesn't know about what goes on at Gold Base. That he doesn't know this
Because he's
stuff.
not allowed to know.
Well, exactly. Not even staff or Sea Org. Not at least not a lot of Sea Org members. Most Sea Org members don't know about that stuff. Based on my conversations with a lot of them, that's where his headspace is at. This is something to look up to. If he knew that the same guy he's talking about jumped up across a table and choked Jefferson Hawkins to when his face turned blue. That's like attempted murder.
Mhm.
It's honestly attempted. When you choke, it's same with Mike. He choked Mike Ranger so hard that the button, I think, popped out or something. It's like attempted murder, But if he knew that, I don't think he'd be saying that stuff.
By the way, rest in peace to the both of them.
Yes, absolutely.
What does it say? So Aleister Crowley says, I know someone who stood up to Mayo when Mayo demanded the folders of someone in the middle of a program. Do you know who I am? I don't care who the fuck you are. That person is mid-program.
Wow.
Damn. This guy
Interesting
hasn't
stuff.
seen the BIS stats.
It's just something to behold.
They always pick the most unique music, don't they?
I'm trying to figure out the atmosphere that it tries to convey just from the music, but I
don't
can't
know.
figure it out. It's like stuff that doesn't quite fit into any one category.
Yeah, I mean, like some of the videos that we've watched before of the Free Winds or St. Hill or whatever. Oh, for Alex, wow, what an asshole! It's actually
Thanks for hopping in, dude.
It's his birthday today.
Happy birthday, Alex.
Well, technically it's
Oh.
today for you. Technically it was yesterday for us. But
Still counts.
yeah. I'm surprised he even jumped in here. That's
I know.
wow, there you go. You've got a fan
Well, thank
right
you.
there.
Having David Miscavige at the helm is a blessing, Joy says.
Ability to
blessing.
make a person feel so important and to be genuine about it is extraordinary, and you don't see that very often at all. So to be the recipient of that from Mr. Miscavige actually, of
CEO of a
course, has
marketing
affected
firm.
me in my own activities
Notice
as a
how they
leader.
never
I
say
try
the
very
names.
hard to
Yeah.
do the same. Don't know if I'm quite as good at it, but I have seen the most amazing, incredible products on a societal level, just what he's done to help get rid of drug abuse and what he's done to help literacy. And it's just mind-blowing. It's mind-blowing to me what this man has been able to do for society. He's just incredible.
What?
You shove children in front of clay tables and security checks. You're not doing good shit.
Incredible.
Drug abuse.
I'm very thankful that David Miscavige is in the position he's in. I feel fortunate and just blessed that David Miscavige is at the helm.
I always wonder what would have happened if the brokers took over.
Yeah, that would be very interesting.
Alternate history timeline.
Yeah. I mean, David's turned it into a complete dictatorship. Despite his title, chairman of the board. What fucking board? I mean, that's not board.
It's a board of one.
It's a board of one, exactly. I mean, all of that stuff is PR and legal reasons. But yeah, I wonder how. I don't know. Maybe there would have been a board. I don't know. Maybe I don't know. Maybe Mark Yeager and Pat and Annie would have had a board at the top and would have voted on issues, and there definitely would be less beatings. That's for sure. There wouldn't be a hole. That's for damn sure.
Part of me doubts that because of how close they are to Hubbard and they knew about his penchant for punishment.
It's possible.
I don't know if they necessarily would have been as sadistic as.
I mean, David takes it to a
COB.
different level. Yeah. I mean, the stuff that David's done, Hubbard hasn't even done himself.
I know we're okay.
No, you're not. David Miscavige always has time for you, Alex says.
I remember once we did a performance at the big St. Hill charity concert, and
The
For what
Jive
charity? The IAS? Like who are these charities that
I
they're
watched
actually
these
raising
guys.
money for?
Yeah, exactly. I was at that last year. I was at the charity concert because you have the IS event, which is, I think it's probably their biggest event. In regard, if we want to look at scale, if we want to look at attendance, if we want to look at money, if we want to look at the biggest cash cow, if we want to look at the turnout, that's their biggest event of the year. Because you're pulling all of Europe. That takes place in the south of England, and you're pulling all of Europe. And that's funny how you could pull all of Europe, and you can pull Denmark and Scotland and England, and you can Ireland and and Italy and Madrid, and you can pull all these different countries, but you can only muster up maximum 5,000 people, probably about 4,000 people, which shows a lot about their size. But yeah, I went to this last year. I've got videos of the Jive Aces playing at the charity concert last year. I've got pictures of, and there's pictures online and stuff. Even Alex's blog, Scientology Business, covers this stuff. How the, and that's also where I met Diana Hubbard, Ella Reach's daughter, and I saw David Miscavige and I saw Lou. And the church gave, I say church, right? Scientology gave these guys a 50 grand check on stage, and they read from the teleprompters. They're not even like properly speaking themselves. Because I was watching it, and it was the first time I was at the charity concert, because I've been to the IS several times, but it was the first time I was at the charity concert, and I'm looking at all these guys, and I used to play football, so I ended up mixing in and sitting with the guy from East Grinstead Football Club and East Grinstead Rugby Club, and I was just kind of talking to these guys and stuff. But when they went on stage, they were speaking very robotic, and I was like, and they were quite nervous. They were quite nervous, and you could only really see it if you saw them in front of you. But I looked behind me, and then there was a massive kind of teleprompter there. Oh, Amir, the legal capacity of the IS says 3,000, and photos show many rows. Wow, there you go. The legal capacity is 3,000. Alex, the number that they gave us was 5,000. So I'm going to take Scientology's word over it. Sorry, buddy. Yeah.
Oh.
Shows the expansion.
Hello, Powerlize to Paralyze. Sieglin says Ken Delderfield worked closely with LRH at St. Hill and wound up on the RPF after Miscavige usurped control. I don't know if I have that much on the Delderfields. I know I have the info on some of the kids from the ranch, but hold on. Let me go to...
Okay. This guy makes it sound like the RPF is the answer to all of Earth's problems or something. Seriously, I mean, I did an interview with Tori Magoo, and Tori's awesome. And she also told me that David sent someone to the RPF because they brought him the wrong fork. And he said, I don't like that guy's tone level.
Excuse...
Why?
What the fuck?
Why? I don't like that guy's tone level. He brought me the wrong fork.
Oh my fucking god.
Send him to the RPF. Why? What the fuck is that going to do?
It's an overt product. He needed a spoon.
Overts or MUs. It's always overts or MUs.
Scientology recently claimed their IAS event brings more benefit to the UK economy than Eurovision. I kid you not.
Yeah. Yeah, that's right.
They have the... Oh, wow. Okay.
Alex
right.
wrote a really good blog on it. Yeah. Is the
Big
Eurovision
Rob.
going on right now? I think it is.
Mm.
I think the Eurovision's still going on. I was made to watch it in high school, and I became a fan of it since. But I haven't watched it. I've been watching Britain's Got Talent recently, but I haven't seen the Eurovision this year at all.
Eurovision, May 12th to May 16th.
Ah,
Hang on. Number change every
I
time.
know Alex very well.
Damn.
I've sat
mean-
with Alex in the exec office and Happy when he was editing all of the Drive Aces videos.
Wow. Jesus.
Yeah. That's the same. So that same lake that Mike had to jump into, I've got pictures of on my phone. That's the same lake that I was walking by and Tom Cruise flew over me in his black helicopter. Oh, I'm jealous. Is that takeout?
Literally that
Hello.
thing.
Yes.
Just for
I am so jealous. Alex Douglas, who plays the trombone for the Jive Aces, the #1 swing band in the world. Britain's Got Talent semi-finalists. The big Saint Hill charity concert. That's funny, Alex.
Please play the Peter Hodkin video. It's so perfect. I will check that after this.
We do this every year, and he's normally there in the front row watching the concert every year. And one year I bumped into him after the show, and he said,
I was in the front. There's no reserved seating at the charity concert. So at the charity concert, I met not Elena, Scarlett Cardone. I met Scarlett Cardone because the Cardones went last year. I met obviously Dinah Hubbard. I didn't meet before. I met Dinah Hubbard after. But I sat there. I was sitting because there was I sat near the guy from East Grinstead Football Club, and also anyway, but he wasn't at the fucking front row. He was at the end because I saw him at the end, but he wasn't at the front row. That's bollocks. Or maybe
So
he was
happy I
that
have an
year.
eyewitness to this bullshit.
There you go.
When I was last at St. Hill, the Jive Aces drove past and waved at me. I don't think they'd realized I'd gone to the dark side. Nice.
to me, you know, it was a great performance, but something wasn't right. You weren't quite, you guys are absolutely fantastic. You deserve a standing ovation every song, but you didn't get one this time, and something was wrong. And he said it was
Is
the
this what
bass
he made
sound.
some
He
music
nailed it
course?
down to the, he
COB made a music course for the Drive Aces. And I don't know if it's in this clip, but he literally made a music course. He compiled a music course for the Drive Aces. He bought Ian a personally made ukulele, and he gave it to him as a gift. And Ian had to go back. Ian was like traveling. Ian is the lead singer of the Drive Aces. And he was somewhere, and then he had to come back because, you know, when COB gets you a gift and it gets delivered, you can't leave him hanging. So anyway, but I wonder if it's in this video.
A fucking course for your band. That's the most Scientology thing I've probably ever heard.
They should have gave it to them before they went on Brent's Got Talent.
So there's something wrong with the sound. You should absolutely make sure you get a proper sound check, and there was something wrong with the bass. We went back and looked at the footage and listened to the recordings, and he was unbelievable. He was right. The bass sound was messed up, which affected the whole
He was right because you didn't want to admit that he was wrong because God forbid you say David Miscavige is wrong.
sound of what the audience was experiencing. The next year, we went back and fixed that exact 1 point, standing ovation every song. So he actually nailed it to the exact minute thing, that the attention to detail that he's aware of. And then you think this is a guy that's got his attention on thousands of things all around the planet. He's responsible for an incredible amount of people working and projects that are going on all around the world. And he noticed the exact one thing, which led to the whole thing being fixed. Standing ovation every song after we fixed that. It was amazing. Several years ago, COB invited us to Golden Era Productions to record an album because of all
I'm so sorry you had to experience that.
the different work we do with the church, for instance on the Say No to Drugs campaign. And,
Which I saw you yesterday, by
first
the
of
way.
all, it's an amazing studio, so it was a real privilege to record in the L. Ron Hubbard studio. And secondly, he actually had them put together a whole course for us on all the materials that L. Ron Hubbard had
There it is.
developed on art, music, recording, and this is stuff that isn't generally available to the public. So it was very generous of him to put this thing together for us. So we got to learn a lot of different music technology and music production that isn't actually available in the broader world, and it was
Bruh. Bruh.
When the musicians have to be taught about your technology, you got a little bit of an issue.
They should have given it to them before they went on BGT.
This is so fucking bad. Yeah, in the courts, Miscavige's lawyers claim he's not involved in the day-to-day running of the church. Yeah.
It's a real honour and privilege, and that's something that stayed with us throughout our recording and performing career, because it's something that you use, actually you apply to what you do in your art and stuff, so that was a real privilege. If we're ever in the same town as him, he always makes a point of coming and seeing us, or we go and say hello to him. He's even visited us in when we're recording in the studio, a new album, and he's been in town, came and said hello. We played him the tracks that we'd done and had a chat about it, and it's really it's quite an honour really, if you think like he's the head of a worldwide religion, and he must have his.
Fuck off with that bullshit. And this says, Mitch Brisker has seen all this LRH confidential stuff that he wrote, and he said it's rubbish. His job was to make it make sense. Yeah, I mean, that's what you get from an LRH original.
Attention on quite a few things, and he's personally involved in spearheading all of the different programs that the church does around the world. He has time for every single person, and he considers that, like, there's no one that's unimportant enough to talk to. You know, he's always got time for.
Again, I have one witness with me right now.
He's always got time. Huh?
To a witness to David Miscavige not having time for anybody.
Oh.
Amir tried to go and talk to him at one of the events, and David's security was like, COB's talking to some very important people. We don't want any additional comm on his lines right now.
COB?
Miscavige, chairman of the board.
Oh.
The board of one.
Dude, it sounds like a business.
It fucking is.
It's not a religion if it's a business.
Exactly.
How do you have a board for a religion?
Well, first off, you have a board because Hubbard originally wasn't supposed to be running anything in the 70s, but he did through advices and dispatches.
If you're a fucking Scientologist, you'd be lucky to even have a board. Can't even afford that. They give you 5 cents a year. And a fucking bologna sandwich.
Not even beans and rice.
That's what I'm saying. Firefest was fucking.
Oh my god.
That's a fucking good one. Firefest had better food than being a Scientologist, than being a Scientology Sea Org member.
Oh my god, they totally did.
Oh my god. Alex, it was an honor and a privilege to be beaten up by COB. This isn't just an attack. It was this tiny tyrant, Miscavige himself, so annoyed that he hit me. He has time for every single person except process servers. I sent him a telex and I got told off.
5 cents a year is better than what I was getting, but I never got paid for 3 fucking weeks. They still owe me money.
Wait, you didn't get paid for 3 weeks?
Yeah. Because I left at the end of January. And that week, the week before that, and the week before that, I never got paid. So 5 cents, that's better than what I was getting. At least the Sea Org guys got paid more than me.
And they were doing what, just as much labor?
I was doing more hours, and I was getting less money than the Sea Org in Scotland.
Wow, you know you've achieved greatness.
Bastards.
You when he's talking to you, and he makes time for everyone, which is really quite inspiring actually.
That music.
It's trying to be like
what
comforting and relaxing, but it reminds me more of
it's like a memorial.
Either that or my brain gets to the mental image picture of
a facsimile.
Yeah, facsimile. Thank you. Of those like CD testers at like the department stores or whatever. So like if you're going to the CD section, they have that little like demo machine or whatever that you can listen to back in like the fucking 2000s.
Yeah.
That's the kind of music this reminds me of.
I I agree. I agree. I mean, it's just COB probably picked him. So this, I'm gonna run to the toilet. But what I will say, this is the same guy, according to Mark Rathbun, the former Inspector General of RTC. This is the same guy that thought Battlefield Earth was the greatest film of all time when it came out. I don't think it's one of the best comedies of all time, by the way. But I'll be back in 2 minutes.
My God. What does this say? I wouldn't pay you either, Amir. Get your stats up, UG. Jesus. Sorry, I'm eating my food. I know you got really nothing to fucking look at or listen to right now. Actually, you know what? We might just play one.
It was very special to meet Mr. Miscavige in person. I was very...
All right, which platform?
fortunate and like it's like an honor to meet him, and it was a short visit, but he's very very polite, very kind, and he just seemed to know exactly what we were all doing, which was very, to me, was like amazing, you know, how he knows like pretty much everybody, you know, gives you like a very personable feeling. He has put this program into action to actually get our churches, like it's called the ideal churches. So we have now Ideal Church in Los Angeles, we have it in New York, we have it in Washington DC, Brussels, you know, you name it. There's probably, I don't know how many, all over the world, you know. I visited several myself, and it's just wonderful to come in a place like that because all the staff is trained. So we are very much ready to help anybody.
Alex is suggesting that we should play the Peter Hawkins video. Listen, Alex, you asshole. I was upstat, okay? I was actually up. My graphs were good. I got the biz into a 5-week affluence, which no one has done in years. That stat didn't drop when I took the PCS post. I was doing fucking great. Okay, the only thing that wasn't so great, and it wasn't even a main birthday game statistic, was the Div 4 biz, which I had no way of influencing at all. No. I would have been senior to him actually, because he was he was the director of public book sales, and I was PCS. And even before that was the head. So I would have always been his senior technically. Oh my god. This guy.
Sieglin says, did she say idle org?
It was very special to meet Mr. Miscavige in person. I was very fortunate.
Can't even read that.
Like it's like an honor to meet him.
Part of a mission.
And it was a short visit.
The mission of Burbank.
Counselor? The fuck? You mean auditor?
But he's very, very polite.
They gotta use
very
PR.
kind, and he just seemed to know exactly what we were all doing, which was very, to me, was like amazing.
Welcome.
Amir.
Okay. Wow.
Oh, we got something going on.
Amir.
I'm surprised you're even up right now.
Right. I know you like to say that you would have been my senior.
Holly, kick him from the chat.
We both know that in today's world, I would have been your senior.
For fuck's sake. Holly, kick him immediately right now. He's harassing me on stream.
Well,
Nattering.
they do say I'm a serial stalker and harasser.
I saw this guy's TRs in person. He's an asshole. Honestly.
This guy, you're talking to somebody who stayed up late last night to make sure he was the first person to text me happy birthday. If anyone's a stalker here...
Oh, for You know that I stay up late. For God's sake, Alex.
Settle down, drink your apple juice. Sorry, hi Holly.
Hey, Alex.
You're now starting to witness the. I was going to say bromance, but I'm worried that might excite Amir too much. You're now able to witness the relationship Amir and I begrudgingly have.
What was your word?
What was my word?
Yeah, what word didn't you understand?
Begrudgingly.
He's got an MU. He's got... Exactly.
Clearly.
Holly, you should word clear him on your meter.
Yeah. Have you got a meter, Holly?
Yeah, Mark 7.
Oh, that's the one I used to use book selling.
And the drill sim.
Do you have the you've got like the cans you have to attach to the meter, right? Do you have or happen to know where I could get a spare set of cables and cans?
I do from an indie website, but
Okay.
I don't know if their price is worth it.
Okay. Well, let's take it offline. Basically, I've got access to a meter coming soon, but there's no cans, so I need to get the cans.
What kind of meter?
I think it's Mark 7.
Okay. I was gonna say as long as you don't gotta connect that bitch to the internet.
Oh no, those are pointless because the new Mark 8 Super Quantum Fantabidosi, whatever they're called. I remember when they came, it was like they work for 6 months and you have to plug it in and link it up to your IS membership.
That's so fucking stupid.
That's what I had to use for 2 years.
You know, I just never mind the fact that I paid $5,000 twice to buy 2 of these because I was told to.
Oh no, but
you can
Holly,
just shut off my access like a fucking bait car in
Holly,
3 seconds.
It's even worse than that, right? And Amir, this was before your time. When the new e-meter was released, yeah, I was on staff. And obviously we were out book selling with the Mark 7s and the new Mark 8 came out. And it was this big problem of like, we now need to use the new e-meter because the old one is rubbish. And it was like, but the org doesn't have $20,000 to buy 10 new e-meters or whatever for book selling. We need to prioritize getting them in the auditing rooms and stuff. So there was this off policy period where we were using the old e-meter for book selling. And then we were given finally one of the new ones. And it was like, oh my God, be careful with it. It's like one of the new ones. And it was like, oh, blah, blah, blah. Like, and we were at the same time being hounded for using the old one, but also being pressured to get the new ones. But I'm struggling to get £30 to pay for the cab so that we can go out book selling. How on earth am I going to raise the thousands of dollars to buy all these new e-meters? It doesn't matter for the purposes of a stress test. Do you know what I mean? It doesn't need to be the new one.
Yeah. That's hilarious. Malcolm told me, the ED of Happy, that when he was doing his FEBC training at Flag, he used to play catch the meter with everybody. And you could drop that shit.
Amir, do you know the story about when the new e-meter was released? Do you know how it was all done?
We're learning about some cool shit here.
No, I don't. Please tell me.
So Golden Age of Tech Phase 2, right? It was like the Golden Age of Admin. All of these staff were sent over to Flag to do their training on the new Golden Age of Tech and stuff. And none of them knew that there was going to be this new e-meter, right? None of them. So they'd been training on this new thing. Basically, they came back, and when they released the new e-meter, they were like, oh, I knew it. And I was like, what do you mean? They said, so essentially what they did is they packed the new e-meter tech into the old Mark 7 case so that nobody knew there was going to be a new e-meter. But all the auditors were like, we could tell it was acting differently. We could tell it wasn't behaving normally, like something had changed. But they weren't telling us it was a new e-meter. We all just thought that it was the original one, because they were trying to keep it under wraps. So they went to the extent of putting the new tech in the old case so that people wouldn't find out it was a new e-meter. But you know what makes it even better or worse, depending on how you look at it, is Mark Headley was saying that in the early 2000s is when they were manufacturing these new Mark 8 Super whatever e-meters, and they've been sat in a warehouse for literally 15 years before they were released. There's nothing new about them.
Yep.
Oh God.
Fucking Christ.
It's painful to hear.
That's what I feel every time I hear your voice, Amir.
And it's a pleasure to speak even more. He's such an asshole, honestly. I hate it so much. What was the Peter Hodgkin video that you were talking about?
Oh, the
Yeah, I forgot
Peter
about that.
Hodgkin one is painful but brilliant.
I don't think I've even seen it myself.
Okay, so a bit of context while Holly finds it. Peter Hodgkin is Scientology's lawyer here in the UK, right? It's not, that is him, but it's not the video I'm talking about, but fine. So he's Scientology's lawyer, and somebody told me that Miscavige gave him a Rolex watch and promised him the eternal bridge to total freedom for free on the condition he continues, working for Scientology. And he had this like major win when there was the whole court case to do weddings at the London chapel. But the one thing Hodgkin has never been able to do is secure charity tax exempt status for Scientology here in the UK.
Good.
And the moment that happens, he'll be, the best person on planet Earth, but it never will.
No, you'll have more influence over that than he
He'll
does.
get a knighthood directly from COB.
I literally wiped the floor with Peter Hodgkin at the premises license review recently, because in this hearing at the council, you have to, by law, tell the truth. You're not under oath, but it's a criminal offense if you lie. Yeah. And so I was like, okay, so can you just confirm how many people actually attend this thing? And Peter Hodgkin was like, 1,000. I was like, yeah, but give me a number. It's about 5,000. Okay, thank you. And so what part of the IES event is religious worship? Because they were trying to give the excuse that, they shouldn't, they're not, the premises license conditions are exempt because it's an act of public worship. And I was like, okay, Peter Hodgkin, please tell me which part of the IES event constitutes public religious worship. And I got him to admit that there is no worship that takes place at the IES event.
I mean, there was some serious stuttering in that video because I seen it. I watched the whole thing on YouTube, but it's true. There is no worship. There's not one bit of worship that takes place during that weekend.
No, but what do you reckon? They're now going to introduce some group processing at the beginning of the weekend just so that they say that there is.
I wouldn't be shocked.
I really wouldn't be surprised. This video is on the Dave Miscavige website. It's not on YouTube. I just realized. But it's fine. You don't have to.
There you go. Your interview with Claire
Where is
popped up.
it?
There we go.
Oh, there's Tom.
There's Tom. Fucking kill you if you ever get a hug from that guy.
Ian Clarkson.
Knob.
Jim Meskimen.
Knob.
Alex, you're acting really sus today for some reason.
There's our mate Liz.
Sheila Gaiman.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, there's Liz. Yeah.
And there's Peter.
That's right.
There he is.
Next, he likes to see things done properly. Anytime you see his involvement in anything, it's always at the highest professional level that you could imagine.
Oh wow.
Yeah, like he doesn't just beat people up; he does it professionally.
It's not quite MMA.
The first time I met David Miscavige, kind of, properly, as it were, was when I was working for the church, and I recall we had this sort of big conference. I think it was about '93. It was up in the Great Hall at St Hill Castle, just up from here, and there were a lot of European lawyers and different people around. We were just discussing things going forwards and so on. And I remember sitting around a table with him. He was on the opposite side to me. Extremely well-organized person. He was following everything that was going on extremely well. I was just very impressed by how insightful he was. He had a good sense of humor. It wasn't like a heavy sort of meeting, etc.
Okay, so yeah, right. So far, what he's just
his
described.
testimony is that David Miscavige knew how to function during a meeting.
Yeah, basically, he's just described I was in a meeting with him and he was listening.
He's so good, right? He's the best.
Holy fucking shit.
Trust me, it gets better.
Oh no.
He's a mega titan.
His level of control was very clear to see.
Right.
And the other thing I noticed about him is that he was very keen that everybody in the meeting would be involved in the meeting. You know, there's a temptation. You've got
Participation. Whoop-de fucking do.
got somebody there who's obviously
in the perspective of Miscavige, he was very clean. Like he was very keen to make sure everyone in the room was participating. Yeah. So he wasn't just giving one person a bollocking. He was yelling at everybody.
Just putting the entire fucking Oregon in a fucking condition of confusion.
Exactly.
That's what I did last year with all the UK execs. It's like to the UK, you get fucking do something drastic. I don't care. Think big and do something drastic.
I'm sorry. Explain.
So basically, on the Friday there's the IS event. Saturday you have the patrons ball. Sunday you have the charity concert, and on the Monday there's an exec meeting. It takes place in the Great Hall normally, and from conversations that I've had with the former ED of Happy in Scotland, John, he's currently the DED right now. That meeting's been going on for decades, since the 90s, and COB runs that event. His desk is right in the middle of the Great Hall, and so when he kind of calls upon the other orcs, he'll point to Birmingham over there, he'll point to London over there. But it's all the UK execs, and then he has a separate meeting, or at least last year he did, with all the FEBC executives. And so you have the captain of St. Hill, and Malcolm, the ED, was taking me home. So I had to wait. So I went and I fell asleep in the refectory, and then I went and watched Tom Cruise's I was just trying to kill time, basically, because that meeting was 7 hours long last year. But yeah, it basically takes place every year. It's, you know, he just tells them to get shit done. And last year he was basically giving out statistics, and he was saying that the UK was doing terrible compared to South Africa, compared to the other, you know, compared to America. And he said, think big and do something fucking drastic. That was his words.
He basically said that the UK should be embarrassed because South Africa is doing better than the UK.
Exactly. Yeah. Fucking do something drastic.
It just shows the racism. He's like, how do you feel that Africa is doing better than the UK? Africa.
And he's like, and these guys are like, he's got a great sense of humor.
Yeah. Great.
He knows how to listen sometimes.
Sometimes. As long as you're agreeing with him and complying with his orders, he listens.
He's got his fucking TR0 win, guys. Come on.
I live for the day where I can come face to face with Miscavige and test him on his TRs.
I saw his TRs last year, and his eyes are like two bolt action sniper rifles. They're just stuck right on you. I mean, I've seen him when he was talking. I was trying to get his attention. Like I was like waving. I couldn't really say anything because there's 7 security guards in front of me. But I was like waving, and his eyes were just fixed on this donor in front of him, and he was shaking his hand, and Lou's standing right behind him, and then he's got another girl right here with a recorder kind of near his mouth. But he's got his fucking TR0 in. South Africa has better falsifying stats and padding stats in the UK.
Oh no, I don't. I actually don't think that. From what I've heard, South Africa are actually doing quite well, but that's only because it's the cheapest place on planet Earth where you can do your OT levels. It always has been that way. South African prices are always cheaper, so it's always a thing of like, why shouldn't I just go to South Africa to do my OT levels because it's cheaper than doing it at St. Hill? Well, you could, but it'd be better to do it at St. Hill and support your continent. But no, it's always been cheaper, and so that's why South Africa are booming, because people go there to do their bridge. I was speaking to an inside source I've got down there recently who was saying that South Africa, like the Kyalami Castle, is actually packed. Like the HGC is filled. Like they don't have enough auditing rooms. However, all of the people there are foreigners. There's no South Africans doing courses there. It's all people from overseas.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
How cheap are we talking?
Like
2000.
$900 for an intensive.
Holy shit.
Wow.
And that's
Yeah.
that's an AO intensive, advanced.
How much is a fucking class 5 over there?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I mean, that's what everyone told me, and I was a flag train reg, so I saw everyone about their bridge. and I
Amir,
also-
you weren't flag trained. Come off it. You never went to flag.
I didn't have to go on flag. I was trained by CMO.
You how much, Amir? How much was an intensive at Happy, and how much was an intensive at St. Hill when you were on staff? Just out of interest.
Happy was 1,500 for 12 and a half hours, and St.
Yeah.
Hill was 2,000.
Yeah, it's about the same as when I was on staff.
Yeah.
So yeah,
and flag is
$900.
$3,000.
Yes, so $900 at South Africa. Like, if you think about it, it's actually cheaper to get a flight to South Africa and do an intensive and fly back than it is to just do an intensive at St. Hill. So that's why people do it.
Yeah.
So
Exactly.
if there is anywhere on planet Earth that is going to be booming, it will always be South Africa. So when Miscavige is saying, "Are you not embarrassed?" the answer is no. It's cheaper there. Of course, it's going to be busier. You numpty, but obviously you can't say that.
And they also won the birthday game last year, right?
They did. Anyway,
Jesus.
you just wait because the Hodkin video gets better and better.
You know, the most significant person you're talking to. But he was very clear that everybody else should be involved in it as well. Just the way he was made that clear, that he was not expecting me just to direct my communication just at him. This was a meeting, and that my communication was to everyone in the meeting. And the way he did that, almost subtly, was quite impressive to me. You know what I mean? And it actually put you somewhat more at ease, because it's one thing when you're just talking to a single person, of obviously his seniority in the church, and another where there's a meeting of people sharing ideas and so on. So he made a very good impression on me just from that first meeting. I remember one meeting we had. There were a lot of people there, and
Oh my
Why
God,
is it
this
always
great.
meetings?
This is the best one. Are you actually ready for this?
This is going to be the best one.
Listen to what he's actually saying about this meeting. Like,
And David Miscavige was going around, and he was talking to everyone there, making sure that he spoke to everyone there, basically. And there was a colleague of mine who'd been at the meeting, and I don't know how long it had been going on, but he had to leave early. And David Miscavige obviously didn't know that he had to leave early particularly, but so he went to leave. And David Miscavige was on the opposite side of the room.
He was about to bitch at him for leaving.
Within whatever conversation he was noticed that this person was leaving, and said, "Hold on," walked right across the room and had a short chat with him before he left. It was like his level of awareness of what's going on was just unbelievable, even in those sort of situations.
He knows how to spot spots.
You're aware that he just has a sort of, I don't know, a vision of everything that's going on, whilst still managing to have an intimate conversation with you, which is very impressive.
so
He's very down to earth and human as well, you know what I mean? And he will always introduce things into the conversation which are just a total human level. My brother works up in Los Angeles in the sort of same area that he does.
Wait,
And,
hold on. Pause. Pause. Sorry. So, yeah. So to recap, he's describing a meeting that Miscavige was in, and someone had to leave, and Miscavige was like, "Well, hold on there, you're not leaving," and went up to him and said, "Why are you leaving?" And the guy said, "Blah blah blah," and Miscavige was like, "Okay, bye." And now Hodkin is saying he's got a level of awareness. He noticed this guy leaving the room. And now he's talking about his brother. Peter Hodkin's brother is in the Sea Org in LA and hasn't seen him for years. And he just described him as my brother who works in LA in the same sort of area as Miscavige. Context.
His level of awareness was there.
Jesus.
He saw the guy leave. I went,
Right?
"Ah." These videos crack me up. These little 2-minute staged clips are fucking brilliant. Oh my goodness. Alex, how did they appoint this guy?
Huh?
How did they appoint? How long have they had Hodkin for?
Since like the 90s.
Goodness me.
He's not Seorg. He's a lawyer.
Yeah.
So his mother, Margaret Hodkin, founded Greenfield School.
Wow.
Shit.
I stayed in that school all by myself, and it gave me the heebie-jeebies.
All by myself.
Alex, fuck you.
But the first thing he comes, he talks about my baba. You know what I mean? It's just very human.
He's just very.
He talked to me about my brother.
Who was probably on the RPF.
Oh, goodness me.
He'd been talking at some big event and so forth, and he was meeting with a few Scientologists afterwards and taking a photograph with them, which was very nice of him. And I remember standing there, my wife was with me and so on, and I thought, okay, how do I pose for a photograph like this? We're standing there, there's David Miscavige and so on, and complete professional. He sort of directs the shot and says, right, this is how you stand and so forth. And he taught me how to stand for this photograph and so on. And
taught me how to stand.
Hey, he didn't write it. It's not true.
Miscavige told me how to stand in a way that didn't make him look as small as he actually is.
I had to bend down by about 1.5 feet.
Yeah.
His height shocked me last year, really. Really. The dude's small, man.
But he's a big being, Amir. What are you talking about?
Oh, no, for sure. I agree. He's a mega thetan, for sure. I mean, that's what happens when you do your... But he is... And he had platforms on, and the way his hair is like a comb back, which gives him like an inch or two. So probably, if he was bald without shoes, he'd probably be... like, 4'11" or something.
And great, you look at the photograph afterwards and you say, actually, you can see what he's talking about. He knows how to take a photograph, even though he's in it. But he likes to see things solved. He likes to see them solved properly. He likes to see things done properly. Anytime you see his involvement in anything, it's always at the highest professional level.
It's always at the highest professional level, but all I hear is, "You out ethics, motherfucker!" Like, I just hear screaming.
Oh my god! This is the same guy that commands for every single org to an AO to play his 1993 event every year. Every year that shit gets played in full volume in the chapel. Like, this is so great. Still operating as a camera boy. I know. Back to his teenage years.
You could imagine, and he does get involved. He doesn't sort of do anything by half measures. You know what I mean? I mean, you can see that with the ideal.
Oh my god, he told Malcolm that. He told the ED of Scotland. Malcolm said he was talking about the renovations, because part of the org in Scotland is there's renovations being done right now. And Malcolm was like, can we just renovate this part and then get to that part? And David Miscavige says, we don't half-ass things in Scientology, we slam dunk it. Oh, this guy. We don't half-ass things in Scientology, we slam dunk it. He is some fellow. He is some guy.
Churches and so on, every one of those has been, created to an absolute, perfect standard.
He tested the chairs.
He did? I was told by the president, the FEBC president of Paris last year, when I got a tour of CC Paris and all the auditing rooms, and I was sitting in the auditor's chair, and she was like, COB actually approved of that chair, and all the auditor's chairs are approved personally by COB because he sat in them, he tested them out, and he was like, that's the one. Those are the chairs that my auditors are going to use.
Big Rob says, when does this guy shut the fuck up? He's sickening.
Using the best professionals, you know, and so forth. And that's the sort of level at which he sort of does everything.
Captain Mickey Wits.
Is that flag? That is flag, I'm pretty sure.
Why did you submit us to this torture?
You were playing these videos. I just said that was a good one.
All right. Hold on. I want to see some of these other ones. Oh, God. Of course, they have the transcript because you have to be able to
Of course they do. Make sure you don't have an MU.
Hold on. I want to see. Get out of there. Back page.
Have you seen, you know, they do these hate videos about us. They got a couple of people to do hate videos on me on my hate website. So I did anti-hate videos. So one of the, you know, Amir, you know Kate Wackley, right? One of them is like, you know, Kate and Mariana. They were like, Alex was, I knew something was wrong about him and blah, blah, blah. So I did one where I sat down. I said, I remember Mariana. I used to work with her and Kate very closely. And I just recall that they were just genuinely nice people. And I think it's a shame that they're still under the spell. And I just want them to know that I'm there to help if they do ever decide to leave.
Alex, I haven't seen Kate Wackley. I haven't seen that. I've seen Mariana's clip. I managed to find it, but I haven't watched the Kate Wackley one.
Oh, they're all on my hate site.
Do we want to load up the hate site?
I mean, I don't care if you want it. It's funny. And then you can play my response videos if you want.
What is it? Who is Apostate Alex? Who is Alex Barnes Ross?
Who is alexbarnesross.org is the hate website. And then my anti-hate site is who is alexbarnesross.com. This is the organization that says fair game doesn't exist and we don't attack critics. And then you go on the hate website and it very clearly says statement from the Church of Scientology International. Yeah, there you go. There's Kate, Nat, and Mariana.
Oh my goodness.
Oh yeah, it's extensive. Oh no, this is them. They've just manipulated my videos, but the hate ones are the ones if you go back on the top right with
we've got Alex.
Yeah, Kate, Nat, and Mariana.
I used to volunteer, and I'd go out at weekends, we'd set up a stand, and we'd promote the book Dianetics, which is the book that Scientology is based on. And Chuck, which is what we called him, used to come along, and he'd help us set up and promote the book and show it to people. At the time, I thought he was sincere, and I thought he was very enthusiastic. Looking back, he was a little bit, I could say, fanatical or euphoric. It looked like it kind of became his whole life.
Oh no.
Didn't seem like he had much to do outside or was interested in much outside of it.
No, because I was working at the church all day, every day. I'd just finished school.
I always knew that Alex was an asshole.
Clearly.
Now I drilled Natalie for 2 hours last year.
I bet she enjoyed it as well.
She did. She was like, "You're really good." See, I told you, Alex. Flag train reg. What can I say? No, but I mean, clearly you've got two Wackleys on this website right here that clearly don't like you at all.
From Heather Mack, just came in, have an off-topic question. The volunteers grab water and clothes from distribution centers for victims of disasters. What happened to all that? Did they give it to F Scientos?
No, they that was at the LA fires, wasn't it? They took all of these resources so they could give them out for photo opportunities.
Oh my goodness.
Alex, does the Stan League in the UK sign their real names to their articles, or like the Western US Stan League signs as Stan staff?
If I recall correctly, some of them have names and some of them don't. Some of them are Stan staff, some are writers.
Holly, can you play the Kate Wackley one? I haven't seen that.
Yeah, Kate. Scroll down. She's the one in the middle. That's Kate.
There we go.
My first impression of Alex was that he seemed like a bit of a loner, that he was coming in, like, he was very enthusiastic about doing stuff here, but I soon sort of started to feel like maybe it was a bit manic. But I always want to give people benefit of the doubt and see how they do, and obviously we're here to help. So, then when he started to, as a staff member, when he was around then, that's when I did feel a bit concerned at times, when I would notice how he would deal with other people around him. And I knew he made some people uncomfortable. I could see that he was clinging on to a few certain staff members and wanted friends, but he was sort of coming in from the side and like starting to feel like he's latching onto us and like we have to be his friend. It wasn't like an optional thing. So then I was a little concerned that that was an area of difficulty for him, and it obviously may not have had any other friends. And you could see people start to become uncomfortable with him, and his oddnesses would appear, and people would get a bit edgy and not trying to avoid him. It would make things very...
What you got there, buddy?
You know what's funny is she was saying that, Alex didn't have any friends, clearly. And yet, right here, is the document that I had to produce and send to Kate that is a list of all of my friends and how I'm going to recruit them into Scientology. And it's 3 pages long.
My God.
She went into you from the second the video started. Oh my goodness me.
awkward and uncomfortable, and just make the environment like not safe for people, not like somewhere
Look at
they
how
want to
they
be.
make the picture great.
And unfortunately, that's what he generated.
And you know what's
Working
great
with Alex
about
was
this? They filmed. That's my office. They filmed it in my office at London Org, and they've only done that because I'm the only one that will know that. No one else will know where that is. That's my office right in front of what used to be my desk. It's petty.
Wow.
Alex, it says superior, like at the beginning of the... Was she your senior at one point?
No, I think she was the Hez.
That's funny. It said superior.
Well, yeah, she was superior to me on the org board, but she wasn't my senior. But she was heavily involved in, like, how to recruit my family and stuff.
Right. Kate's still the Hez
kind of
now.
interesting. He would be a bit up and down, and you wouldn't even know if he would turn up one day.
PTS.
He wasn't necessarily the person you could rely on.
He's roller coastering.
He's fucking PTS. This is
would come in
poor
with
handling.
his somewhat manic enthusiasm to do different things, but he wasn't the person we could rely on to be there all the time at the times we're supposed to be there. Whenever you tried to help him, you could never help him. Like whatever you would do, like go overboard to try and make sure he felt like he was addressing whatever he wanted to address, or like if he needed assistance with something, we would give it, and then you'd be accused of giving no help when we just did. And it was like you couldn't help him from the...
Alex, I was about to be like, recall a time you were helped.
This is pre-OEC FEBC Kate Wackley. Post-OEC FEBC, Kate Wackley would have handled Alex in 2 minutes. But, she didn't have the full tech at the time. So
clearly.
This is so out tech. We couldn't handle this guy. We couldn't help this guy. He was doing this. He was doing that. That's just terribly out tech. It's just... I'm so disappointed.
Also, just to frame this, right? What she was talking about is like my mum wasn't a Scientologist, and it was becoming a problem that I'd signed my SEAL contract, but my mum wasn't okay with it. So I was like, I don't know how to handle this. Like, how do I get my mum to be okay with this? So I've literally got the conversation where Kate is telling me, tell her this, say this. I'm like, okay, and I would do that, and then I say, oh, my mum said this. What do I say next? So
Wow.
effectively, yeah, I was asking for help, and then she would say, here's what you do, and then I'd come back and say, here's what she said. What do I say now? And now she's twisting that to say, you can never help him because whatever you gave him as help, he would come back with another problem. I'm like, well, yeah, you were telling me what to say.
That was what you were doing. I remember when me and you had that when I was being interrogated, and you were like, if they say this, you say this, or you can use this reference, or you can use this policy.
Well, no, but it was different because, like, with me and you, I was saying, look, when they pull you in, here's the LRH policies. If you want to stay in, here's how to stay in. If you want to leave, like, I gave you options, right? Of like, this is what you can say and things you can use. Whereas Kate was like, no, tell your mum this, say this to your mum, and I was following orders. Whereas with
So
you, I was trying
intense.
to like give you options and be like, cool, you could try this, but ultimately it's your call. Whereas Kate was like, no, say this, and then I'd say, oh yeah, my mum, still has concerns. Anyway.
Wow.
Yeah, I mean, it's very intense.
From quite early on, actually, but that got worse as time went on and was more someone that was on the edge, sort of causing turbulence, if you like.
What? Because you can't say interbulation?
Put your seatbelts on because it's about to get turbulent.
Disturbing things, which then makes our job more difficult.
I'm on a motorcycle. What do
do?
I do?
All we're trying to do is help. So if he's coming in from the side, making it more difficult, then ultimately that's not going to work. I remember Alex was dismissed from some of these reports that had occurred, just being odd and not fitting in really and creating problems and trouble. And then he was fighting to come back. And then eventually it was sort of like looked at everything, okay, we can give him a second chance, because of course we were all about giving people second chances and want to give people the benefit of the doubt. But again, within a few months, the same stuff was happening, even worse. And he was just, he wouldn't turn up on time, wouldn't be in communication. We didn't really know what was going on with certain things. And then when I started to have complaints from this fellow staff member of mine who was having trouble with him, going after her in a romantic way that she did not want. He was putting her under pressure, and when she couldn't, she was on reception, and then he would corner her on reception, and that's not fair because she can't leave from a security point of view and with her job and what she's trying to do, and then he makes it so that she can't go anywhere and she can't escape him. It was reducing her to the point of tears while she's doing her job that she loves and has a passion for. It started to become apparent that he couldn't control certain aspects of his personality that would then impact on other people. When he's making a staff member of mine feel cornered, feel upset, not able to get away from him, and basically feeling stalked, like I can't have that for the staff that are here trying to do a good job. So when this came up, it was like, okay, that's it. Like, it's the end of the line. We can't have him here doing that kind of thing. So then he got dismissed.
So on that, here is my staff dismissal order. And on the staff dismissal order, it says, Alex has been declared a potential trouble source. This is due to Alex complaining of no case gain and being in a worse condition as a result of Scientology. Despite attempts by several staff members to handle the situation in this viewpoint, it did not change. I was dismissed because I was declared a potential trouble source because I was complaining Scientology wasn't helping me.
As displayed on your wall there.
And I've got my PTS declare on my wall just here, yeah. So this allegation that I was dismissed from staff for stalking a female is just not true. I've got the document to prove it. But the truth behind that story, right, is there was a female staff, and you got to remember, right, I was 16, yeah, okay, perspective. And this was this was like 2011, so this was 3 years before I was actually dismissed.
I was 3 years old.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Asshole.
I'm joking.
And so yeah, there was this female staff member who I had a bit of a crush on, and I asked Charlie. I said, Charlie, like, how do I you know, how do I talk to girls? Like, how do I let her know that, you know, how do I see if she's interested? He was like, well, ARC, right? If you communicate with her, then you'll find more things to agree on, reality, and then she'll fall in love with you because then you'll have more affinity, right? You just ARC triangle, just blow it up. It's like, okay. So I started talking to her a bit more, and then it became apparent that she wasn't interested in me. I was like, okay, cool, no problem. And then moved on. Like, that was literally it. And then 3 years later, I was dismissed from staff for complaining about no case gain. And then 10 years later, they're now saying I was dismissed because I was stalking this person when that's not what happened at all, right? We carried on working with each other for like 2-3 years after that first time that I was like into her, and then she wasn't into me. I was like, cool. And then we carried on working.
Wow.
You know what I mean? Like how they twist things.
Well, I met Kate last year at the Thursday night fundraising dinner thingamawiggy, and then I also met her several times during that whole IS weekend, and I've gotten way better with her than I did with Charlie. What was your relationship like with Kate when you were on staff?
She was, all of them were, well, pretty much all of them were lovely. Like Kate's a nice person. I got on with her. I got on with Charlie. Kate, she's Oxford educated, I think. She did a degree at Oxford University, and I remember that came into play with my mum not being happy with Scientology and being an academic sort of background. It was very much like, oh, get my mum to speak to Kate because she'll know that it's not just stupid people that fall for Scientology. You know, there is an Oxford graduated person here. But Kate was heavily involved in the whole handling program on getting my family to be okay with me joining the SEAL, and she was literally instructing me on what to say and how to say it. And when it ended up not working, it was basically the call was, well, you're gonna have to disconnect from your mum then. But she's a lovely person, and she was just trying to help me using the tools that she thought was going to handle the situation, right? So she wasn't doing it with malice. She genuinely is a nice person and cared and wanted to help. But she's one of those people you could kind of level with and talk to off the record. She wasn't going to write a KR on you. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. There you go. Handler disconnects. There you go, right there.
My first impression of
don't play the video again. God damn it.
I'm surprised they haven't got Charlie to do a video about me yet.
My question is
very interesting.
What? I don't know. There's a question of like, I just imagine, Alex, you leaving for a job after you leave the church, and the church finds out you're applying for a new job and that you're potentially going to get one, and they send like a link to like your hate site or whatever. Isn't that just going to make your employers more confused as to why your church has this in the first place?
Yeah, they attacked my employer. Like, they wrote to my employer and just basically said, you are, putting the public at risk by employing this anti-religious bigot, stalker, harasser, blah, blah, blah. And my employer just sent it to me and said, lol.
Nice.
They're fucking assholes, aren't they? Some religion, right?
And there's Mariana on the left. I will never forget the way Mariana used to go, Alex. She used to go, Alex. Alex.
Gonna say, you want me to throw on her video?
Do it. Alex.
So the first time that I recall basically meeting Alex was actually it was in this office when he was a new staff member. Like, he just recently started working at the Church of Scientology in London, and he really wanted to get like attention. He wanted basically people to like him. Like, that was something that came across like pretty straightforward from the beginning.
16, 15
and also he was quite clingy.
Say that again?
Oh no, a 15, 16-year-old kid wanted people to like him. Oh no. What a crime of the century.
Oh my God.
So he always tried to like cling on someone and basically just get more and more, attention or also approval. And then the more and more...
Yeah, because he probably needed to do his fucking job. He's going to people because he needs shit signed off on.
No, I'm going to people because they said, Alex, you need to sell books. I'm like, well, I don't have anyone to sell books. They go, okay, go and recruit some FSMs. Try and get all of the staff members to come out book selling with you. Okay, cool.
Goodness me. I've met Mariana several times because she whenever there's a big bookathon weekend when you need to round up, you just basically steal everybody from St. Hill that entire weekend. And London gets the majority and Scotland get quite a few. But Mariana would always come up. She would always I've been bodgering with her, book selling with her several times, Alex.
You know what's funny is she was my senior PCS. I was a better bookseller than her. Like, undoubtedly.
I can believe that. I've bodgered with her for hours and sold books with her for hours and hours, and I've seen her in action, so I can believe that.
More to me, basically Alex seemed like odd or strange, or his behavior strange. The more and more I wanted to help him, but then as time progressed, and basically he was like, well, taking the help but not really using it, but kind of like twisting it and then shoving it back in our face, if it makes sense. Like, at that time, I actually felt like, I don't know if I really want to interact with him anymore, you know?
She tried to help you, Alex.
You have words to say, Alex?
Can you blame the woman? She's trying to help you.
No, I mean, Mariana just handed me over to Charlie, and Charlie and I just got, and so me and Charlie would just go out book selling, and she would never come out book selling.
The other thing that I noticed, which was also odd, is that there were like periods of, I don't know, days or weeks, you know, when he just didn't come. Like, he just didn't show up. Sometimes it was just no reason. So there was a lot of trouble in that sense, basically, that obviously when you work somewhere full time, like, you're supposed to be on a schedule, right?
So my dad was in hospital with a medical emergency. And I was like, I need a couple of days off to go and see my dad. And there was one other time I was really annoyed with Jorg, and I was like, I'm so stressed. I'm, being made to sell books all day, every day. I need like a day off. And Charlie came to my house and was like, you need to come back in. I'm like, Charlie, I will be in tomorrow. I just need a day. I'm like, done. I need a day. But he tried
like a sad puppy.
Yeah.
Right. So that was odd. It got to a point when basically our personnel department actually dismissed him because of his behavior and also because of his unreliability as a staff member. And then afterwards, he was,
I'd just like to refer everyone back to this document here, which is my staff dismissal order. It makes it very clear Alex is dismissed from staff because he was complaining of no case gain and being in a worse condition as a result of Scientology. That's why I was dismissed. Thank you very much.
I feel like you got staff dismissal, I got staff termination.
You got basically declared, mate. I'm jealous.
You got the special ethics order, buddy.
No one's ever heard of staff termination before. It's not a thing. By the way, Holly, Mariana is now a Sea Org member, I can tell you.
Do we know what she does?
I don't.
She's at Manchester, I think.
Is she?
Yeah, I think she's on mission to try and get Manchester open.
Wow. Last time I saw her was last year in the refectory at St. Hill. That was the last time I saw her.
Petitioning to come back or join again, and then he disappeared. When I actually first saw recently what Alex is doing and how he turned out, I was actually shocked. And to be totally honest, I felt like a stab in the back.
Damn, Alex.
She felt like a stab in the back, Alex. What do you have to say?
What I have to say is Mariana just admitted that she's seen what I'm doing, which means she's seen my channel. She just said, when I saw what Alex is doing, it felt like a betrayal, blah, blah. Okay, fair. But you just said you've seen what I'm doing. That means you watch my channel, Mariana.
There you go. Holly, you would be so shocked at how many people watch this channel. Honestly, I got grassed on by fucking Harry, who we just covered. I think it was earlier on today or yesterday for me.
Yeah. Yep.
But I think all those fuckers watch his channel.
I will say, I don't know if y'all have been noticing, but I've been changing the title every now and then. At one point, I had Alex and Amir fun fight, and then I had Amir and Alex two-way comm, and now I have Apostate Alex and sec check.
I wish I took Alex in session.
You wish you did?
I'd sec check him. No, I'd sec check him.
You just want to be alone with me in a room, and you can live in that fantasy. That's fine, but it's not.
I ship it.
I can live in the fantasy of pulling all of your OWs.
Okay, bring it on. Hey, Holly, play my reaction video to Mariana. I sent you the link. Because once I saw these, I was like, game on. I can do this.
Holly, pull that up. I'll be 2 minutes. Hold on.
So Mariana, the second one. Well, wait for Amir, because I think you'll find it funny. It's only short. But me with my focus of kindness and compassion, I could have done I hate Mariana or blah blah blah, but I didn't. I was like, no. If she wants to do a hate video about me, I'll do a response.
A kindness video.
Yeah.
just the little stupid back and forth you and Amir have gets pretty funny sometimes.
He's such a great guy.
He is. Just from the brief amount that I've known him.
Yeah, he reminds me a lot of me when I was in Scientology. Like, I was young and he's a bookseller, I was a bookseller. Like, there's a lot of similarities. But he does.
Didn't finish your Natalie video.
Natalie was a real caring soul. She is somebody who really
threw on the Natalie video quick.
Do you have an
Mariana
ARC break?
is
Huh?
Oh God.
On the question, do you have an ARC break? Has anything been suppressed? Is that breaking affinity? I wish I took Alex in session.
Flunk.
somebody who at one point was my direct senior in Scientology. So I was the head of a department, I was in charge of selling books, and she was the head of the division that department was in. So I worked very closely with her, both at the Queen Victoria Street location, the Ideal Org as it was called, and at the Tottenham Court Road Test Centre, which is where we based ourselves to try and sell books to people and introduce new people to Scientology. We did have our differences at times, but Mariana genuinely did believe that Scientology was the best way of helping people and helping salvage the planet. And so she was quite ruthless in her application of Scientology ethics, and that's not something that you can hold against her. She has been tricked, she has been lied to, she's been deceived, and she doesn't realise it. And I think it's really sad to see people who have the best intentions, like Mariana, falling foul of Scientology's coercion and Scientology's trickery. Even though Mariana has made a hate video attacking me, I forgive her. I understand that this is something that she was required to do by the Church of Scientology's Office of Special Affairs. When somebody speaks out about Scientology and they don't toe the line unquestionably, they become targets, and parishioners are duty-bound, faith-bound in fact, to attack these people and to destroy them utterly. That's what the policy says. I understand that Mariana has now joined the C organization, so she's dedicated the next 1 billion years, so not just this life, but all of her future lives, to working for the Church of Scientology, which shows just how dedicated she is. And I just hope that one day she wakes up, and I would just like her to know that the Aftermath Foundation is there to help her. My phone number hasn't changed, and if she does ever decide to leave, just give me a call, give the Aftermath Foundation a call, and people will be there. There's a community here of people ready and waiting to support and help in any way that we can.
There you go.
Mic drop.
Yeah, there you go. She's
Such a beautiful thing.
Yeah. Well, at least she's got that line there from Alex. There you go.
Anyway, I feel like I've been a massive curveball. Sorry to interrupt.
We didn't have a trajectory before you hopped in.
It's like Amir's life story.
Fuck you. We were gonna go like 2 hours, and then you just came in and fucking ruined the whole thing. And I think you ruined everything, Holly. I'll be honest with you. I mean, he just came in. He should be in bed by now, and he's just disturbing the peace with everybody. And you said you saw what Kate Wackley said about the guy. I mean, the dude he's not right.
Amir, how did you pull in today's verbal beating?
Well,
Flunk, comlag.
Fuck you, Alex. That stays between me and my auditor, quite frankly. That stays between me and my auditor, unfortunately.
Thank you. Do you have an earlier similar?
Yes, I do. Many. Fuck you. I think I would break your TR so easily in session.
Bring it on. You just wait for HowdyCon. We're going to have... hasn't been announced yet, but we're thinking of doing... We need to figure out the way of doing it, but we're going to get an e-meter, and whether it's try and come and experience what a stress test is like, or me and Amir doing a live demonstration trying to break each other's TRs. I'm actually quite excited for it.
I'm actually imagining it more like kind of a WWE thing, the TR SmackDown, TR Championships or whatever.
Thank you very much. Your needle's floating.
Thank you very much. You've got a dirty, dirty needle, Amir. What are you thinking about?
For fuck. He's gone way off policy here, by the way. This is just his sick mind.
Hey, he helps out with filling in the 0A and 0B shit.
Goodness me.
Anyway, carry on. Don't let me distract you.
So Professor Kakan said Hubbard should have used the word point. The reaching out and grabbing are not done with the body, but in a theta-wise mechanism. If you don't make case gain from processing, you're at fault. Not understanding the command have outroots are a drug case or a dead Thetan. Do you have any idea what we wanted to watch? Because I have nothing in mind.
You were watching the Dave Miscavige videos, right?
Thanks for getting me back on track.
Holly, let's put one more clip on before we end it. Let's put one more person raving about COB.
We're going to cover the one, Amir, that you talk about the most. Good old Tom.
What? Cruz?
Cummins.
You got me excited there, sorry. Yeah, Tom Cummings. I met that dude 3 times last year. He really lives up to that whole image, like massive fur coat, big Cuban cigar. He's got his wife right next to him, and the dude's massive, honestly. You'd think he's like an NBA player.
I get an opportunity to see him around, Mr. Miscavige, around the world, and at all these different events that we have where we're celebrating our expansion, the opening up of new churches and what have you. And I'll tell you, over and over again, the common denominator is the time that he takes to go, that's it, stop my busy day. The people who made this happen, they need to be acknowledged. And he, you know, again, I've never seen a leader who would actually just go, that's it, wipe out my schedule, stop the world, stop it, because I'm gonna thank him. He has an amazing sense of humor. He is such, you know, gotcha, you know, you stop and think about it. I mean, you have, again, all this responsibility, thousands of people that report to you. You have a huge organization, every continent and every country. And I mean, oh my God, the pressures, right? That comes from that. And yet.
You don't even know the half of it, buddy.
But
to actually be able to be calm enough and at peace with oneself that he can actually tease you, you know, and give you a hard time, you know, and you're like, oh, okay, is this real or what? You know, you just like, you're not really sure, you know, like, okay.
So you dissociate from the experience?
Hey, is he pulling my leg or is he serious and stuff? And you're like, okay, he got me. And the reason that I find such greatness in Mr. Miscavige is that he stays true to the source of our religion. You don't see him changing, altering, adding his own 2 cents.
I see nothing but facts.
Can you? Yeah, I was about to say, can you both attest to that? That that David Miscavige doesn't fucking change things.
I don't know what we're talking about. He's never changed anything.
Listen, the guy is doing a hell of a job. You can't blame him. COB is taking the religion to a completely... It's in power.
A completely new level below.
It's in a new range.
All new lows.
Wow.
Or anything like that. And when you see him receive acknowledgments and they start to get to be of a certain quantity, you see him pass them right through to LRH himself. He doesn't make himself important. The job he does is what he's making important. It's almost...
Powerlized to Paralyzed says, Tom likes the way DM smells.
Embarrassing because, you know, we're all human, right? And he's human, but to see someone work and perform at that high superhuman level, you just like, okay, wow, the bar has been raised. And, you know, you're just in awe. You're in awe how someone can constantly keep creating these high levels of perfection over and over and over again. Because we all strive for it. I don't know.
Completely impossible high standards of perfection.
Anyone who doesn't. But to see someone do it over and over again, you're like, okay, wow, who is this person? He's bringing Mr. Hubbard's technology to the world exactly how it's supposed to be brought. And the world is responding. And that's the important part. It's responding because it knows truth when it sees it. It knows love when it sees it. It knows kindness when it sees it.
And it knows that your group doesn't provide any of it.
Yeah.
It knows when someone doesn't have a vested interest. They're just doing it because it needs to be done. And the world is responding.
Of course you're singing that song. Oh my God. Tom, thank you for those wise words, my friends. Well, I'm enlightened, guys. I'm enlightened after that. Wow. I want to go pay 10 grand more to the IES after that fucking clip. Oh, what a great man. Oh my goodness, yeah. Well, I had the staff annual, so I didn't have to pay anything.
You know, there's a word for that in Scientology, and it's freeloader.
They haven't sent me my freeloader bill.
That's a good point, actually.
How many courses did you take?
He's not.
As a public, life improvement courses. As a staff member, I did some on my bridge. Yeah, I mean, I did some on my bridge and got up to Upper Indoc, but then they would probably charge me for like the stuff that was on my tip, like staff TRs, finance course.
Yeah, and they charge you for your staff statuses.
Yeah, staff status 1 and 2, student. Yeah, pro TRs, Upper Indoc. Yeah, they would have charged.
They tried to charge me for staff status 0. Staff status 0 is a tour of the org.
Sounds like the American healthcare system.
Well, I was gonna say, if you want me to do something.
Honestly, staff status 0 is like, I'll walk you around the org and show you where all the areas are so you know where everything is. Great,
Yeah.
done.
You have to word clear a bunch of stuff as well.
It's technically getting yourself into PT and making sure you understand and comprehend your surroundings and don't feel too crushed or too spacious by them.
Yeah, I did the golden age of admin staff status 0 or staff statuses, so I don't think it's changed all that much. I mean, you have to word clear everything on the org boards because you
Yeah.
have to go locate the org boards, locate the entrance, go on your phone, go on Google Maps, and find the org so you can find it on a map. Then go find HGC, then go locate this. Then it's just an orientation. Well, actually, you have to watch orientation. Not the original orientation. It's been
I was
changed.
about to ask.
Not the original orient. It's been changed. It's still cheesy, obviously. And there's still costumes and make believe and stuff, but it's not the classic orientation that's on the internet. But yeah, so they haven't said it to me though.
While we were watching this, I was looking through my files and I found something I haven't shared publicly, which I think Amir you'll like. You know how you took the helm of the TikTok and after Charlie and all of that?
Yeah.
I have found the original first ever social media schedule.
Oh wow.
For the Church of Scientology London. And then attached to that is a Dianetics seminar report. And this gives you an idea of how, because originally we're just going to post quotes and, you know, pictures of people on staff and stuff. And so who was it that did it? The DFBO for More London, so a Sea Org member, was approving what we can and can't post. And so he would send me these Dianetics seminar reports and he would circle the bits that we can, you know, publish on Twitter and the bits that we can't. And just to give you an idea of how manipulated it is, the bits that circled that says we can post this is a quote saying, "The session was like a healing experience which released me from mental trauma and removed the artificial connection between the present and the imagined moment of pain." Right? That's what we were allowed to post.
You sound like you're reading straight out of the fucking dictionary.
But the next sentence, which we weren't allowed to post, same person, same testimonial, was, however, the irritation from repeating the moment over and over and over and over was definitely there.
Oh my God. Holy shit.
Oh,
it's literally circled the bit that you can quote and the bit that you can't.
Fuck, dude.
Stats.
Alex, I'm gonna say this in the private chat.
Huh?
I'm just gonna write something in the private chat.
Number of attendees, 3. Seminar co-audit hours delivered, 12. Number of re-signs, 0.
And that's the stat that matters.
Exactly.
Did you already digitize all this stuff?
Not all of it.
There's actually a Facebook, no, not a Facebook page. There's actually an Instagram page called Motivational Quotes with 10,000 Instagram followers that posts just LRH quotes every single day.
Well, that was the thing, because we were kind of going a bit rogue and we were like, how on earth are we going to make this work? And the idea was just post LRH quotes, success stories, and pictures of people on staff, because there's no way OSA can complain about that.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then it evolved with being like, I was like, let's show behind the scenes. Let's show what it's like to be a Scientologist, with the idea being combat the hate and show them we are just normal people and we're all helpful and we're all trying to do the best that we can. We're not weird, culty people. And then that evolved into making London look cool in all the promo videos. And then Charlie took it over and then Amir took it over and ran it into the ground.
Sorry, he's a bit tired. He meant to say that I got into power. It's okay though, Alex, I forgive you.
Yeah, you know there is a thing called a power bottom, right?
He's got so many misunderstood, Holly, just ignore him. He's very ethics and he's got a lot. You need to M9 him. You don't need to fucking meter for M9. Just sit his ass down and M9 him. How funny is it, by the way, that London's TikTok page is now extinct, and they haven't uploaded for months now? I get so much pride from that.
I've noticed quite a few pages are pretty sparse with posting nowadays.
Yeah, well, Gunner's still going for Minnesota. I think Andy's still going for San Francisco. I don't know
Gunner
what
stopped like back in February.
Really? Because he posts on Instagram.
Yeah, he doesn't post on TikTok though. That's what I was saying.
Oh, Gunner hasn't blocked me yet.
Oh, he does?
He's not blocked me yet.
Oh.
Neither is Andy.
I have.
Neither. Yeah, fuck you. I don't care about you. But neither is Aaron Cairo. Aaron Cairo hasn't either. ED San
Wow.
Francisco. So not everyone knows.
Jesus.
Because you're not allowed to spread any theta.
Can't spread any on Theta. So, people are currently talking to a declared SB. They don't know.
Hopefully they find the videos and leave because of it. Or at least keep in touch.
Well, I've sent several of them the video.
Did they ever respond?
The staff members no, but the public, some of them yes. And public that I was cool with, I sent them the video, and I've got several people to leave. Which is like my biggest pride. Something that I'm the most proud of is, some people actually invite me around to dinner and be like, "Dude, what the fuck? Let's talk about it." And some people, you know, I've had 3-hour conversations with on the phone. A lot of them don't want named. They're like, I'm just gonna dip away. I'm gonna leave. I don't want named. I don't want associated with it at all. I don't want anyone to know I was involved with it. Thank you for telling me I'm gone. A lot of them were like that. They just don't want to be associated or named with that kind of organization.
Fair.
But yeah, I have sent loads of people these videos for sure. Yeah.
There we go.
But anyway,
I'm going to bounce. You guys carry on. I'll be in the live chat, but thanks for having me.
All right. Thanks for hopping in.
asshole.
See you later, dickwad.
For fuck's sake. This guy. Holly,
Peace
never
out.
invite him back on.
Too bad. I'm doing it later. Doing it next time I have the opportunity because this was fun. This was very fun.
Oh, this guy. Surprised he's
You were
even
cute
up
when you
this late.
fight.
He's just an asshole, honestly. He's an SP. He's the actual definition of an SP. He is an antisocial personality.
Oh, by the way, what did you want to if you're willing to stay on? What would you want to watch
Yes, ma'am.
next?
I'll be honest, I think I'm away, Holly. You're not working tomorrow, right?
Nope.
It's not
Oh,
over
God.
yet.
Wait, hold on. Yes, technically, wait, tomorrow's Monday for me, so yeah, I'm not working tomorrow. I am working Tuesday.
Tomorrow's now Tuesday for me. Who is this? How interesting.
Did you have any ideas for stuff?
I'll tell you what. Let's do one more video,
Okay.
and then I'll call it quits and head to bed.
All
Let's do
right.
that.
Sweet.
I'll let you pick. I'll let you pick the video.
I'm gonna pick. Let me see who I haven't noticed yet.
I love how Alex said dickwad. It's the least English thing you could possibly say.
What do you think is the most English thing he could have said?
Oh, there's a lot of it. There's a lot of English accent, not accents. There's a lot of English jokes I meant to say that he could have picked.
Oh, they got one of the feshbacks. Holy shit. We got Weebka. We already looked at her. Peter Howell from the Drive Aces.
Dude, this is so.
Donnie
rough.
Webster from
I hate
Flag.
this computer so much. This thing is so awful. It's
Tom
definitely
Vorm,
weird.
Ken
No way
Smith.
it's not.
Holly, can I get your recommendation? Is The
So much
Prophet
my car does
an
not.
actual good film worth watching?
I'm going to be honest, I had it on in the background while I was doing my job, so I could not tell you for the life of me. I just enjoyed listening to the parodying of it.
You sent it to me, and then I've saved it, but I haven't watched it yet. And then I looked at it on Letterboxd, which is my favorite film app, and I was like, I could make time for this, but like when I'm in bed or when I'm in my bedroom or something and watch this, is it worth it? And someone's commented as well, let's watch The Prophet and make popcorn.
I mean, I got popcorn on top of my fridge.
I mean, we could probably do it on another stream or something.
Yeah, that'd be fun as shit. I'd be down. Oh, Tom Vorm from the Church Archival Project.
L. Ron Hubbard said, be a professional in everything you do, and COB is like the ideal characterization of that, being a professional. We're very serious.
Again, this is what they talk about?
About.
Did you meet him in a meeting? Did you see how good he listened?
I was just like, I'm going to try.
Preserving the technology, and there's no fooling around. Like, we're going to get this done, and we're going to do it in the most professional way possible, and we need to find out what that is. And in our preservation program, I mean, that's been done totally under his guidance, in terms of like, that has to be the top level of preservation anywhere, and it is. Like, I've been in touch with National Archives, Library of Congress, many other organizations who do preservation work, and no one has the level of preservation longevity and quality that we have, and that's directly due to his guidance. The other thing that I got from working with him, this is over a period of probably 3 months or so, was just in terms of the research. Like, he was telling us, basically training us how to do research, or how he does research, and I found that totally useful, because it all comes down to asking the right questions and knowing what you're looking for, and it doesn't have to take a long time. And prior to...
Why do they act like common skills you need to survive life or life-changing things to know?
They're probably scripted. I mean, obviously it's staged, and SNP do the lighting, and SNP blow the background and set it up, make sure he's dressed nice, put him in the appropriate room. But like, even the IS event, like a Freedom Medal winner, that's scripted. They read from the teleprompters. It's a written speech. So it's probably not even him talking.
And they still can't pick anything that sounds remotely good.
Yeah.
These are about as convincing as the OT phenomena.
That I really had the idea, well, it takes as long as it takes. It really doesn't. You go in, you find the right people, you ask the right questions. I learned that totally from working directly under him. I did a project for him over a number of years, and it was basically to put there one of the breakthroughs that Mr. Hubbard developed back in the late 70s, he discovered that you could actually increase people's perception by drilling. And, if someone wasn't seeing or hearing, or even the many other perceptions there are, you could actually drill them to where they could. And others had tried to put this project together, and it just didn't go anywhere. There was, well, Mr. Miscavige picked up this project, and it just became this just totally exciting thing. Like, for gravity, we ended up getting a NASA simulator to put your body in any position you want to, so you can actually perceive gravity from any perception. Many others on numerous perceptions, and that was all from his creativity. Like, he was looking at something that he wanted to put there and really make this something that would benefit people, and that totally came from him. That was like directly a good result, and you can see that that entire floor out at Florida is now filled with the equipment, and it's like, it was just an awesome project. But it was very inspiring. Like, it was a very technical project, but it was also totally in like an artist type mode. When I work with him, it makes me want to work for him, and he has a vision for the church. He has a vision for the technology that LRH left us, and making sure that technology is always going to be there.
This motherfucker was in the hole.
Yeah. Alex is right. I mean, it is like a prisoner of war video from North Korea or something. Yeah. It really is.
Simone Bolivar official.
It's me.
But that's yeah. So
Well, this has been fun.
I mean, the personal banter back and forth has been fun. I don't know if the videos have.
Oh no, the videos have been my favorite part. I mean, Alex is just being Alex, and he's just a complete asshole. But I mean, just ignore him. This has been great, Holly. I love this. This has been great.
No, this was fun as shit. I'd be down to absolutely do this again.
I would, just not with Alex. But yeah, this would be great.
All right.
Holly, thank you so much, though. This has been
Thank
awesome.
you for joining me twice today from my perspective. And thank you everybody in the audience for sitting through it. I wasn't expecting to do the stream tonight, but we did it, and I definitely think it was worth it. Thank you, Alex, for hopping in and adding a little bit of chaos. And
I'm not thanking him.
Talk to all of you later. Peace out.
Peace.